All right, everybody, we're going to start with the sagittal cut of the head, looking at the respiratory system. So if you look here, this would be your nasal cavity here. And to get into the nasal cavity, I'm just going to kind of wheel this thing over here. You can see that would be the anterior nares or the nares, or we'll call that really the nostrils. So anterior nares to the nasal cavity. And then here, if you look all the way down from here to here, uh, that's really going to be your pharynx. So your pharynx is pretty large, and so up here would be your nasopharynx up here, right? So really from here to here, and then right here, right where you can see at the end of your mouth would be your oral pharynx, and then right where your larynx is going to be would be your laryngopharynx, right? So laryngopharynx, oropharynx, nasopharynx. Okay, if we go back to the nasal cavity here, you will sort of see these concha 1, concha 2, concha 3. And this to be your superior concha, middle concha, and inferior concha. And sometimes, if you look at some of your other books, they may refer to these as turbinates instead of concha, but just sort of stick with concha for right now. From this view, you can see two sinuses. You can see your frontal sinus right here, which would be right here, and then you can see your sphenoid sinus, which is right there. Looking at the floor of the nasal cavity, this would be your hard palate, and it's almost think of it as the basement of the nasal cavity, and sort of the ceiling of the mouth here, right? So this is going to be your hard palate, and then you can see as it turns here, this to be your soft palate here. So your soft palate comes all the way down here. So it's hard and it's like soft, right? And then the soft palate will terminate at what's called the uvula, right? Which is right here. And when you swallow, those uvulas swing back here to kind of form a seal. You can see three tonsils, right? So you have tonsil 1 here, tonsil 2, and tonsil 3, right? So 1, 2, and 3. And this is going to be your adenoids, though I think that you call them the pharyngeal tonsil, right? So it's a pharyngeal tonsil instead. But they're the same thing. So pharyngeal tonsil here, palatine tonsil right there, right? And at the back of your tongue will be your lingual tonsil. This structure here, you can see it's sort of this flap coming down here, right here. That's going to be your epiglottis. And of course, if we were to put this here, oops, there we go. This would be your hyoid bone here. This whole thing would be your larynx, and this ridge here, this ridge structure here would be your thyroid cartilage, and then this structure here would be your cricoid cartilage. So cricoid cartilage, thyroid cartilage, hyoid bone, and this structure here is going to be your larynx. Okay, so we'll go over this in some other videos as well. All right.